said so long, carry on, 'cause the devil wants to take me for a ride.
Welcome back. Oh shit, we're doing it. What are you guys doing? How you doing? Happy to fucking... So let me just say, we're here, we're doing this. I apologize for the sound quality of this episode. I can hear the echo. I'm aware of it. I know it's there. I am currently in an apartment in South America recording this. I did not bring all of my gear with me because it's a lot to bring, and I don't want to get it fucking stolen, okay? So get off my back. So I'm just recording this with my iPhone, and I wanted to get something out there. Just so you guys know, I haven't forgotten about you. Also because, you know, I don't have a studio down here. And I haven't released anything super creative in a little bit. I gotta get back. Anyway, here we are. Thank you for listening. I just wanted to say this as we get into this episode. I appreciate you motherfuckers because, as we know, I've taken a break from the podcast. I'm not done. I'm still here. We're still rocking and rolling. We're still slinging dick. We're still making money and fucking bitches over here. Oh man, as Rodney Dangerfield says at the end of Caddyshack, hey, we're all gonna get laid, huh? All right, that's the energy I'm bringing into this podcast. So a lot of you have hit me up and you've, in person or through messages, said, are you still doing the show, Mike? I'm absolutely still doing the show. It's a lot of work and I need to take a break. That fucking shit in the Amazon was a lot. I'm gonna be real with you. It was a lot. And it was very good for me. But one of how do I put this? One of the things that happened is I wanted to hold on to that. I reached what I honestly felt like it was pure happiness and enlightenment, and I got mad at myself that I couldn't maintain it. And what I was trying to maintain was something incredible. And I had to just give myself a pat in the back and be like, hey, Mike, that's not what you were trying to do is something you could do if you regularly lived in the jungle and did ayahuasca, or if you were just chilling in a Buddhist temple all the time. But you gotta give yourself some slack, because you're a dude out in the world filled with anxiety, trying to do what you do as a comedian for a living, and you're going to get stressed out. The world's gonna fuck you up. You came back to the world, and the things didn't change. It was more of the same bullshit, and you got frustrated, and it fucking got to me. And when I came back to meet that girl I met. Okay, that's why I'm back in South America. And she noticed that I was different. I noticed. And things have still been going good. And at one point she said, one of the things she liked most about me was that she said I smiled at her with my eyes. And I mentioned it to her, because we hadn't brought it up. And she goes, you haven't done it since you've been here in 2 weeks. And I go, fuck. And I got really upset about it. And she goes, no, it's okay. And I go, no, fuck you. It's not okay. It's not okay that I haven't done it. And I tried to force it, and I couldn't do it. And I found something inside. I found what it was that made me do it. It was how she looked at me and the emotion I got out of that. And I realized that this thing, I can get this back and get this enlightenment back, and it's gonna come from helping other people. I know you're saying gay right now, corny. I don't fucking care. I'm telling you, because every now and then I get back on social media and I get fucking angry. And I realize it doesn't make me better. It makes me shitty for me and the people around me. If I get angry and filled with hate. So I got to maintain a concept of helping others. It makes me the better version of me. All right, and it took me some time to see this, and it's been a very interesting trip down here. Honestly, it has. And every time I come back, there's some weird fucking shit going on. You know, like I come to South America, I come back, and everyone's like, I go, hey, what's going on back in the US? First time I come down here, and they go, bunch of dudes broke into the Capitol building. And I go, oh shit. And they're like, yeah, it was like crazy. And I go, what happened? They hang someone? They fucking set off a bomb? And they go, nah, they took a bunch of selfies, and some guy stole a podium. Like, oh, all right. Did they destroy anything? At least did they TP the place? Is it silly string? Did they spray paint? Did someone draw a dick? Come on, tell me someone drew a dick somewhere in the Capitol building. Nah, they for the most part just cleaned up and left. And you're like, all right, but now you're gonna hear about it like it's 9/11 forever. And I'm like, great, I come back to South America a second time. I come out of the jungle, reborn from ayahuasca, and I come back and I go, what's going on back in the US? And everyone's like, there's a new variant. And I go, fuck you, you motherfuckers. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's called Omicron. It is the Greek letter O, the least scary letter of the alphabet. And you're like, And I'm like, have we tested for this variant? No, we can't even really detect that it's there. Oh, is it more deadly? No, it's way less deadly. Okay, all right, so I don't, and then, now I'm about to come back the third time. And everyone's like, I go, what's going on in America? And they're like, Joe Rogan hates black people. Okay. And get this, we're gonna go to war with Russia over Ukraine. You're like, come on. Like, dude, look, can we just, I know it's America and we just love war. It's our favorite fucking thing to do. But can we not go to war with a country that can nuke us? Because who are the people saying that we need to go to war in Ukraine? Do you guys not understand that Russia has nukes? Do you not know how this works? Who the fuck are you? Who are you that wants to, you can't find a clit. You couldn't find a 3-inch clit on an anorexic bitch. Never find Ukraine on a fucking map. You suck. Come on, dude. Can we go to war against like a little country like Grenada and not go to war with Russia? I like Ukraine. I like Ukrainian people. I like their culture. I hope to God that they can define their borders against Russia. Ukrainians have been through some shit. I know the history. All you guys don't know, Ukraine suffered a horrible genocide right before the Holocaust. More people were killed in this thing called the Holodomor. You should research it. It was a horrible fucking thing. It's been suppressed. The knowledge of it has been suppressed, but it was a horrible forced starvation by the communists. Terrible, just fucking horrible. When you look into what happened, between that and the Armenian genocide, your stomach churns. And after that, they get through. They deal with the communists for decades, and now they're out. They give their nukes back to Russia, and Russia goes, we're gonna take his shit. And also, for the record, we backed a CIA coup in Ukraine, and we're trying to take them in NATO. We promised Russia we would never do this. We gave them our word at the fall of the Soviet Union we would not extend NATO into their sphere of influence. We did. Bringing Ukraine into NATO is their Cuban Missile Crisis. This is like if Russia put a nuke, all right, in Tijuana. That's what this is, okay? It's like Russia put nukes in the Bahamas. That's what this is to them, okay? So whatever your politics anyway, please, can we just chill? Can we chill with this shit? And what I love about being in other countries, smaller countries, not the US, they're not worried about their country going to war. Because they mind their fucking business. Colombians mind their fucking business. There is no, I have to save Lithuania. There's none of that. It doesn't have, everyone's just, what I really like about this place, what I like about it so much, no matter how bad shit gets here. And I found out, I've been taking Spanish classes. I found out, I've been learning Spanish, that there are some comedians talking shit about their government. But the government here could, if they really wanted, kill you. And this is some shit they're dealing with. It puts the shit that we deal with in perspective. And no matter how bad shit gets here, Colombian people, this isn't just them, this is a lot of places outside the US. They go out at night, they love their families, they party, and they make the most out of life. And we go to therapy because our Instagram posts don't get enough likes. It's a crazy dichotomy. Anyway, it's been nice. I just want to say, I got some shit from some people when I left again. I got some detractors who tried to make it out like I'm some rich, spoiled, privileged brat because I get to travel. And it's funny, someone was giving me shit, and this person is unemployed and likes to still drink and do drugs, and that's their business. I don't pass judgment on that, but they're like, oh, it must be nice. And I go, what do you think I'm paying? Like, I'm not staying in some grand hotel. I'm staying with someone. Even when I do travel, I stay in a hostel. I'm having adventures. I went into the middle of Colombia to go fucking explore a cave. It cost me, how much money does it cost me? It cost me like $7 fucking to explore a cave with a guide. I don't have any video of it because part of it was all in water. I had to like hold a rope and hold the rope as I like pulled myself underwater to get to like the next air bubble and hope that there was a fucking air bubble there. Okay? You don't want to do this shit. If you don't want to do that, that's fine, but don't give me shit. I hope that what I do encourages more people to do what they want to do in life. I don't do what I do to be like, oh, look at what I'm doing and you're not. It's not at all what I do. I hope if you want to travel. I'll show you how. If you don't want to travel, don't fucking travel. Don't. It's for me. I like hiking. A lot of people don't like hiking. I like near-death experiences. A lot of people don't. Most people don't. I like doing weird, crazy shit where I take chances. That's just me. But here's something I will encourage you to do. Here's something I went through. When I came back, I got kind of down, as I always do when I come back. And I've been working. I've been spreading myself thin. I'm working on another dating podcast right now, and I'm doing a lot of shit. And I came to this realization. People are like, you're just gonna go, you're gonna hang out with a girl in Colombia? I go, yeah, I'm gonna fucking do it. Some people are like, oh, must be nice, must be fucking nice. Hey, you can do it. You're also, the same people go, must be nice, tell me I'm crazy for doing one of the things that I do. So pick one, asshole. Pick one. And I decided that most of my life I've waited for this moment of success. They call it éxito in Spanish. And I'm learning Spanish because I'm better than you. And I was waiting to cross a finish line to start living. I was waiting till I got whatever that is, that fucking Joe Rogan, Bill Burr moment of fame, to finally find a wife and start a family and I was waiting for some moment, some indicator that I could start living. I've been waiting for this moment to start. Once I get, then I'll live. Once I get my new special, then once I'm famous or I have money, then I'll live. There is no finish line. It's just a new point, and then there's more shit to do. And I realized, I'm not waiting till I'm retired. I'm not waiting, because retirement might never happen. I might never get the chance to retire. I might work till the day I'm fucking dead. I don't know. It's not a guarantee. Nothing is guaranteed in this life. And I said, I'm not gonna wait to start living. I'm gonna live now. I'm gonna go have adventures now. I'm gonna go drive a truck in a canyon in fucking Colombia. I'm gonna go into a cave filled with bats and crabs. You guys know there were crabs in caves? They got fucking cave crabs. I didn't know this. There's freshwater crabs living in caves. Fucking blind as a bat. Except the bats can see. These crabs fucking blind. These weird little plants growing in the dark. Just like, I was like, what the fuck? Walked into this fucking crazy cave, bats and crabs and fishes, right? And then there was just 4 of us with the guides. Me and my friend and these 2 other French guys. And at one point, we all turned off our lights. And we had to put our hands on the shoulders of the people in front of us and formed a train and slowly through. You guys, if you think you've seen darkness at night, it was like my eyes were closed, but they were open. And it was something else, man. Just being in a cave, pure darkness, like the sun has never shone here. And I didn't have my GoPro, and I was being pissed off that I didn't have my GoPro because I was trying to film everything for my YouTube. And I go, Mike, fuck you. This is something you're gonna remember. And even if you can't show everyone else, you can tell them about it, and you can just have the memory. And here's something. This is one of the reasons I want to do this podcast, because I wanted to spread this. Is that I've been going through some epiphanies. I want to fucking shove this in your fucking heads too. Do the shit you want to do. Do you want to go to Albuquerque? Go to Albuquerque. Do you want to fuck a bitch with one leg? Fuck a bitch with one leg. Do you want to have sex with a midget? Go get a fucking midget hooker. Is there something you want to do? And you keep telling yourself, I'll do it later on. I'll do it when this happens or that happens. No, man, do it now. Do it fucking now. Just go and do it. Go and do it. I hiked a mountain in the equatorial heat and I didn't fucking die, dude. I'm learning Spanish. I've been taking Spanish classes 4 hours a day. And I'm learning. I told myself, you don't have it. You don't have it to learn other languages, Mike. Other people can do it, but you can't fucking do it. That voice just sat in the back of my head. And I was like, hey, fuckface, how can a dude who walked over the fucking border, right, who has never had any formal education, dropped out of school at 8 years old in Nicaragua, come here and learn fucking English, and you can't learn Spanish? I know people who've learned Spanish. Why? You just haven't put in the effort. And so I have. And I'm learning a new language, dude. And I get it. I've realized the issue with languages is that we try and literally translate them. I've always tried to literally translate something in English, and you can't do that. For instance, in Spanish, you would never say, when you go to a restaurant, you don't say, can I have? But to us, if I went to a restaurant and I said, give me a cheeseburger, it's kind of rude, right? You go, can I have, may I please have, excuse me. But in Spanish, that would be rhetorical. You would go, can I have a cheeseburger? And the waitress would go, well, I don't know, can you? What are you asking me for, dickface? That's your decision. And the more I understand that it's just a different code of rules. It's like if you play a new video game. Maybe you're good at Call of Duty. That doesn't mean you're going to be good at Halo. They're both shooters. Controls are different. Schemes are different. Oh, I can't jump in this one. Oh, does this one have jetpacks? How do the grenades work in this one? All that shit. That's why with a language. Like I'm learning conjugations. So to speak means, to us it would look like habla, Habla. They don't pronounce the H's, so it's habla. Right now I should be pronouncing that but I have a Boston accent and I refuse to get rid of it, even when I speak Spanish, so I deal with it. So habla, A-B, for pronunciation purposes. There's an H there, but it's silent. Habla. Now if I was to say, I speak Spanish, I would say, yo, soy. No, that's fucking am. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing, you dumb cunt. I would say, yo hablo español. I speak Spanish. Now I've conjugated habla to hablo. All right? Because the I is there, I put an O at the end of speak. I don't have to say the I. I can just say hablo español. And the listener knows that I'm saying I speak because I've conjugated the word speak with the letter I. If I said you speak, I would say hablas. I'd put an AS at the end of it. If I said they speak, I would put an AN at the end of it. Hablan. I don't even need that pronoun. And just realizing that, I was like, this is my limitation. My limitations are my inability to get out of my own fucking way. It was a metaphor for the fact that I have seen the world a certain way and that I can still see it that way, but also see it other ways. So I'm just some fucking dude from South Boston, learning Spanish and trying to learn French. If I can do it, you can do it. If I can do this shit, you can do the shit you want to do. Anyone listening to this, I promise you got something you want to fucking do it. Stop waiting. Don't wait, dude. Don't wait. Don't wait till you're 60. Do it now. Do it now. You can do it. Stop waiting to live. Don't wait. Whatever, just do it. You get some girl at work, you want to ask out, ask her out. She says no, fucking ask her friend out. Maybe her friend gives better blowjobs. You don't know. You don't know, dude. You don't know. So while I'm here, I was driving. So I drove from one city to another, and it took me like 3 hours. And here's what you gotta understand. Not every country has a highway system, right? So we got a highway system from the Germans. After World War II, we saw the Autobahn and we saw how amazing it was to transfer troops of the Germans across Germany. And the US government was like, oh, we need this shit. So it is primarily, like many things, so they could transport troops around America. But then it became a civilian thing as well. In most places, like in Colombia, for instance, they've got deserts and mountains and jungles. This little country, compared to us, has so many different ecosystems. Topographically, it's so different, but it's mountainous almost all over, and they get canyons. And I drove through a canyon. The roads, there are no straight roads in this country. They are always squiggly lines all over the place, and they are 2-lane roads. One going this way, one coming towards you, and the roads are filled with these big trucks, these trucks or cars that can barely get above 20 kilometers an hour, and you're stuck behind them. And if you get behind a slow dude, you know what you do? You just pass him. And I'm on this road in a desert canyon, it's 100 degrees, and there's a fucking semi in front of me. There's 2 semis in front of me, and I gotta go around and pass them. All right? I gotta pass them in 5 seconds, because if I don't, because there's a turn up ahead. And if God forbid I'm not in front of that fucking second semi, a bus could come around and cream me. I know that there's motorcycles going on over the side of me. It was the craziest driving I've ever done. At first I was terrified. And I couldn't, because the girl I was with drove to one of the places we went to, because we used her car, which was an automatic. It was a manual. Most countries don't have automatics. They have manuals. That's sit dick. I was like, dude, I would love to learn how to drive stick. I'm not going to learn it going up a mountain in the middle of the night on a Colombian road where I have to change gears and make it by this semi without crashing, getting run off the fucking road, or getting smothered by another truck. I did it. And at one point, I'm driving through this canyon. I'm in the valley. And I drive by this, and I've been waving to the Colombians as I go. And most of them are like, who the fuck is that? People don't wave down here like that. Some towns are friendly. Santander, the people are a mixed bag. They're not like other places. They were friendly and some very not friendly. And I'm driving. And I just wave at people. And the girl is like, what are you doing? I go, I'm fucking friendly, lady. And this old guy, finally I wave and he waves at me. And because he thinks he must know me. And I get him good. He's waving, oi, oi. I wave at everyone, and most people just give me this weird look. Even when I'm driving, people just go, who is this gringo? We went to a river to swim in, and the road was washed out, and I made her walk with me through a muddy, torn up, I went barefoot road in the middle of nowhere. And then this is our country, but she's a city girl, and she goes, she was very out of her comfort zone. And it was out there. And she goes, we have to leave the rental? And I go, yeah. Okay, what are you gonna do? And that shit for me was amazing. Meeting people as I walk down the street. We're all walking barefoot because some people that are coming back from this river that they all went swimming in. And we're doing it right before a torrential downpour. And there's like a mudslide. And I was like, she's like, what are we doing? I go, we're living. We're living, Mary. We're living. And anyway, I'm sorry, I'm being roundabout. I'm in the valley. And as I'm coming down, I look out my window. And this guy is in a wheelchair. On this road, this closest thing they have to a highway, because this 3 hours, if this was, in the US, you could have done this ride in an hour if it was on a highway. But it wasn't. It's on this roundabout. You are hitting turn after turn after turn after turn. It's nothing straight about this. Okay, and as it's coming, I see this guy in a wheelchair. Okay, and his wheelchair is decked out with 3 big Colombian flags, and he has trinkets all over. He's turned his own wheelchair into like a moving shop, and he is, and it's. Dude, it's like 90 degrees out. Just wheeling along, and he's got to go up. I can't, you guys can't understand the hill he's about to go up. All right, he's got, like, think of the Grand Canyon, okay? And I'm watching this dude, and I reach out and I wave at him, and I give him thumbs up. Yeah! And he waves at me, oh yeah! I was like, it was the most inspiring thing I've ever seen. This guy, crippled, is still there's no government help for him. There's no social security. He's out here selling his wares, finding a way. And he's out here in a wheelchair going up a ravine. Just, I go, and this isn't to put down what he's achieving, because balls to the wall, good for him. But when I see something like that, I go, this guy can do it. I can do what I need to do. We all can. And you motherfuckers can do what you need to do too. The things we want to do, they're a lot more achievable than we think they are. Just saying. Maybe there's someone in the way. Well, you think there is, and deal with the problems when they happen. Look at Rogan. Everyone's ripping into Rogan right now. And I know the stuff they're bringing up. It's stuff from his old episodes of his podcast. When Rogan started this, he would just leave his shows and he would go have a podcast, and it would just be comics hanging out, just talking shit. And we say fucked up shit. You ever hang out with your guy friends? You say offensive shit. You say misogynistic shit. All that isms. Misogyny is not an ism, but we'll throw it in there. Bigotry, the trees or the isms, or we've all done it. You've all been made some fuck. Most of us have. But you thrown someone under the bus for a joke, or you said some real fucked up shit with your friends, with your guy friends. And Joe was just taping it, and he never thought, no one ever thought this would go anywhere. Ari Shaffir would make fun of Rogan, call him a donkey for wasting his time. He's an idiot. What is he doing? He saw something that people didn't see. And he really was just a dude talking about anything. And it took off. And now they're pulling him by the balls. And it's not because he said, they're not taking him to task because he said this shit. Because it's been out there. You look at the videos, this was when literally Joe was just in his cellar doing this. Before podcast studios were even a thing. And you look at these videos, they're not doing this because they genuinely think Joe's a racist. They're doing it because Rogan bucked the narrative of our corporate tech overlords, our pharmaceutical overlords, and our elite class who dominate us. Rogan had on 2 doctors who called into question the bullshit of COVID that's going on in the world. And we all know it's bullshit now. We're waking up. Regardless of where you're on the spectrum, we can all admit that this is overblown. We know it was made in a lab, whatever. I've spent enough time talking about that. They're going after him, not because of racism. It's a thing they're using to tear him down because of the COVID-related stuff he had on. Because he had doctors who came on and called into question a corporate narrative that has been peddled throughout our media, down through our politicians, through our celebrities, through all forms of media. And we don't want it. And that's what it is. It's not, whoa, that's what it is. Race is an issue used to divide us when our real issue is class. We're fighting a culture war over our spirits. We're fighting a war over our souls. I'll tell you, I've seen some real poverty out here. But what I don't see, you might see some people working, suffering, but they work together and they still try. And when I go to the US, that Skid Row thing that you see in Boston, we have Mass Ave, Melnia, Cass. In LA, you have Skid Row. Philly has every city now has people who have given up on our way of life and just would rather die with a needle in their arm. People who suffer from insane mental illness. You don't see it to that degree down here. And I've questioned why. And it's because they still have, despite not having material goods, they have their souls. We're losing our souls in the face of technology and consumerism, of a degenerate society so get this. My friend Justin, I'm not going to say his last name, I should. My friend Justin sent me a video, and it's this, at first it looks like just a young black girl, and it's a TikTok, and it's a sound of a SpongeBob, and it goes, Squidward going, SpongeBob, where are your clothes? And he goes, I am wearing clothes. I don't know. Anyway, she comes out in a dress, and then she pulls up her dress. Fucking schlong. I mean, like a big tallywhacker. This girl has got the schmeats. And it's funny. I sent it to a bunch of people. Some of you might be listening to this, and a lot of them got very mad at me. And I don't care. It was funny. So it's one of those spoof videos where it goes, oh, a dick. It was funny. It was nasty, but it was funny. And I look at the TikTok account and I go, and it's videos of this person who's just, they're not even trans. It's just a fella who puts on a wig and some article of clothing and whaps his pack up. So does the windmill in a pair of sweatpants. And this isn't banned. It's not banned from Instagram. It's not banned from TikTok. And I go, this is unhealthy for this person and for people watching it. Okay? This is just some degenerate shit. But why is that allowed? Why is sexualization of kids allowed? But I say that I have a different opinion on mandates, and I'm not. It shows you what's going on, dude. It's something I didn't experience down here. Why I'm about to come back and you get truckers in Canada just, as you don't know, there's a trucker convoy who went all the way to Ottawa, their capital, to protest. They're peacefully protesting the vaccine mandates. And their media, these degenerate kid fucking corporate elites who have destroyed the middle classes of Canada and the US and are turning our countries into third world countries, are like, they're white supremacists. That's their go-to. When you call into the evil shit they do, they fuck kids, they go, maybe I fuck kids, but at least I'm not racist. That's it. And it's not true. It's not a racist movement. And these guys came there. They raised over $6 million through GoFundMe. GoFundMe gave them $1 million, froze their money, and then said, we're going to give it to other charities of our selecting. They flat out, they don't hide it. They don't even, dude, that's why I want to encourage people to be better, because when you watch that shit, it's hard not to get depressed. I think so. I think it's hard not to get depressed when you watch something crazy like that happen, where you're genuinely trying to fight. You go, I'm going to do this the peaceful way. And you try and do it the peaceful way, and they fuck you. And then you go, all right, so those dudes that are saying we should get guns, if you don't let me do this the peaceful way, more dudes are going to listen to them than listen to me. And then you're going to say, oh, this is what they always wanted. No. Nah. It ain't. It ain't. It's you. The more I get to travel, the more I get to see my own country for what it is. You know, when you're growing up and you realize and you think your family's normal, and then you meet another family and you go, what the fuck is wrong with my family? You ever have that moment? That's how you feel when you travel. And I'm a patriot, dude. I'm a nationalist. I'll say it right. I am a nationalist. No shame in my game. Doesn't mean I don't want to fix shit. Just like when I realized I was an alcoholic, I had to go, I'm an alcoholic. Now I can fix it. If I admit there's problems in my country, now I can fix them. If I say there's no problems, I can't fix them. So I'm taking this Spanish class with all these foreigners, a bunch of Europeans, guy from South Africa, and this guy from Greece is explaining how it snowed in Greece, and some people got stuck in their cars, and the government's paying them 1,000, 2,000 euros a piece because they got stuck in their cars during a blizzard. And I was like, that's insane. The US would never do that. And I was explaining to a Swiss guy and these other Europeans that Boston has had a blizzard. And in my city, the sidewalk is public domain. I can't do stuff to the sidewalk. It's not my property. But if it snows, it's my responsibility to shovel suddenly it's my sidewalk. And they want volunteers to come out and shovel. What? And if you don't shovel in Boston, you have 3 hours to shovel, or else the city can fine you. There are old women who can't. I explain this to the Europeans, and they go, wait a minute. So the sidewalk is city property. I go, yeah. And they go, then why isn't the city shovel it? They explain to me, every one of them goes, oh, in our countries, it's the responsibility of the government to shovel the sidewalks, just like they clean the snow. In Switzerland, in Germany, in the Netherlands, in anywhere. Even in countries you don't think would do it, they take care of it. Okay? There's a lot of stuff we think we have over other places we don't, and they couldn't fathom. I explained to them they couldn't get over this idea that we would get fined in Boston for not shoveling snow off a public way. They were like flabbergasted. It's like with me, I remember growing up, I used to think that everyone put ketchup on their bacon. And then I found out that it's just my family. I do it in front of other people and they go, "You're fucking gross, dude." And I said, you learn, it also teaches you to appreciate certain stuff. Like the fact that in the US you can flush your toilet paper. In other countries you throw it in a wastebasket in front of you when you wipe. You don't flush that stuff. Something that you come to appreciate. You come to appreciate highways. It's nice that I have highways where I live. Some things you realize, you're like, oh, I wish there was an alternative. You learn, dude. You learn. Anyway, what else? Oh, cryptocurrency. Dude, so let me just say this. I have kind of, as I've become more spiritual, whatever that means. Shut up, I know what you're about to say. Anyway, as I've become more spiritual, I've gotten more into symbology. I feel like sometimes the universe, God, whoever you want to call it, sends messages. And if you're willing to look for them, you can find them. You can find them. I went to mass in the church. I was walking through a square. Everyone was out partying. It's a Sunday. And everyone is out. The street's filled with happy people here. There's no fighting. There's people there's some young gay couples. There's young dudes playing soccer and drinking. There's older couples. There's families. Everyone's just having a ball. Just chilling. Just having fun. No fights, no drama, just chilling. And then I see this church, beautiful church, and it's filled. And I go, well, it's going to be a funeral or a wedding. And I walk in, and I go, it's not a funeral. People aren't sad. I sit there in church, and I'm in gym shorts, and I go, I'm kind of fucking looking gross right now. And I'm like, what is this for? Is there a ceremony? And then it was mass. The church was so packed. This is a Catholic church. It's so packed with people, they had to bring in little plastic stools for people to sit in. And I watched as girlfriends came in and made their boyfriends come in with them. And I was like, oh, these guys still do this. In the US, you would have to be dragged into church. And I went to a wedding in a Catholic church recently, and it felt empty and cold. But I've been in so many beautiful churches. Every town has one. They feel alive. They're filled with love, dude. They don't feel, you don't walk in and feel like shamed and beaten down. It was like a passion for Christ. There was a passion there. I sat through a mass. I don't even consider myself technically still a Catholic by any means, but I just sat through this mass and I go, this was something else. You have to listen to some things in Spanish and try and recognize words, and it was so different. Because the people wanted to be there. No one was forced to be there. They wanted to be there. And I go, wow. This is such a different energy than what I'm used to. Anyway, while I'm down here, I keep seeing images of a third eye. Sometimes it's an Egyptian, like Eye of Ra. And I've seen them draw. I saw like a statue of a cow, and someone drew a third eye in the cow. It's the first one. Then I see that same image of that eye randomly drawn in various parts of the city. And I travel, and I'm seeing it in other places. Now it's the Egyptian version. I see it spray painted on the side of a road out in the desert. I see it spray painted in a small little town, or drawn, and they're all different. It's not like it's the same dude isn't going around doing this. And every time I'm like, holy shit, what is going on? I'm sitting in a cafe. I have a picture of this. A girl walks in behind me, sits down with her boyfriend. I look, she has this tattooed in the middle of her chest. And I go, Mike, the universe is reaching out to you. All right? I know that sounds narcissistic, because it kind of is. But I don't think it's doing it just for me. I think it's doing it for every last fucking one of us in its own way. If you're willing to look for it, you can find it. But you're going to open that eye and look. My brother is into numerology. My friend James, the girl I'm with, is into numerology. friend Steve, and they're all into numerology. I kind of never paid any mind, and sometimes they'd send me stuff, hey, 1111, make a wish. Oh, check out this combo number. As I get in my rental, I'm driving. Car's in front of me, license plate, 777. I go, oh shit. I take a picture, I send it to my friend Steve, and he goes, before I send it, he goes, dude, good news. We invested in something. You know, all this cryptocurrency crashed. It's back up again. I was sweating bricks. I invested money into crypto, and then 3 days later, it fucking shit the bed. And now today, it's higher than when I invested. It all came back. And that day, he said, hey, dude, check out money. I sent him at the exact same moment the 77, his lucky numbers, a 777. He's like, oh shit. And I go, dude, my lucky numbers are 333. I have seen combinations of 333 written on walls on this ad, and then I'm wearing this shirt, 444. Every time I've worn this shirt out, I have seen signs or addresses randomly, and I know, whatever, I'm a dummy, it's just coincidence, you're a fucking donkey, Mike. Of course there's gonna be an address with 444, or someone's gonna text you from a number with 444. My friend James messages me, hey dude, was thinking of you, stove was at 444. As he's doing this, I message him, dude, literally twice today after I've left my hotel, I've seen 444. License plates, and I was like, I know it's goofy, but I like it. And it makes me fucking feel better, okay? It makes me feel better to think that I have a connection out there with something beyond. And I don't think it's unique to me. I think we all got it if you look for it. Maybe it's not numbers for you. Maybe for you it's chicks with fat asses. And you walk by a girl with a fat ass and you're like, you know what? I think my stock portfolio is about to go up, just like my dick. Anyway, I've covered a lot. I just wanted to check in with you guys and say the podcast is still going. These things that I saw, they brought me to I fell off for a little bit, and they brought me back. So don't be afraid of finding a good luck talisman, and don't be afraid of whatever anyone says to you. If you pray, if you meditate, if you look for signs, if you believe in astrology. Oh, the day this all happened, it was February 2nd, 2/2/22. And it also happened that twice on 2/2/22, it was 2/22. I know, whatever, Mike, it's just fucking, I don't care. That was the day I saw this. I saw so many number combinations that day. And I was like, oh, Nelly. I used to make fun of people like this. Don't anymore. Now I'm one of them. Find a good luck charm. Find something that makes you feel like you're a part of something greater than yourself. Because I think that's why people end up in those parks in the US doing heroin. It's because eventually you feel like you're a part of nothing. It's just you alone. And what are you going to do to be happy? Go to Olive Garden? Buy some bullshit from Bed Bath & Beyond you don't need? Nah. You just want to hang out with some friends and family, smoke some weed, drink some beers, listen to some music, dance. It's harder to do now. People are spread out. They're all afraid of COVID and other stuff. Everyone's antsy. It's an anxiety. Find something that make you feel like you're a part of something bigger than you. Because it is bigger than you. I'm telling you, dude. It's bigger than all of it. We, together, our sum is bigger than our individuality. All right? So look for that. And here's what I want to say. I know I wasn't that funny in this episode, and I could have talked about Drake putting hot sauce in his condoms. That's weird, isn't it? That's funny. But here's what I'll say. I didn't think I'd ever be at this point in my life. I think I'd be dead by now. I told myself if I wasn't rich and famous by 30, I was going to blow my brains out. I wasn't rich and famous by 30. I'm still not rich and famous. I'm neither. I'm not even close. But I'm happy. All right? And I want to fucking spread that shit. I'm not hoarding that. I'm not hoarding it. I want to spread it to as many of you guys as I can. I hope you spread it to people too. Get out. Do what you want to fucking do. Stop waiting to live. Learn a new language. Maybe you're like, hey, I've never had sex with an Asian girl. Go fucking get a Thai hooker, huh? Get you some fucking Asian pussy. Is it sideways? It's not. It's vertical. But hey, doesn't hurt to find out on your own, okay? What do you want to do? Do you want to see if you can eat a quad stacker from Burger King? I don't know. I don't think, if you want to do it. But believe in you. Because there's a lot of people out there. Our entire society is designed to put you fucking down. The roadblocks I put in my way, I put there. And I put there because I told myself, someone like me can't do the shit I'm doing. Can't try and meet new people in new places. You're never gonna learn. Your station in life was preordained. It's not. It's not. Okay? So, whatever you're waiting to do, fucking do it. Whatever success you think is out of reach, I'm telling you, it's not. It might not come the way you fantasize about it. This is something I tell myself whenever I get a symbol from God, universe, whatever. The universe will use the form that is available. Maybe your wake-up call is watching something goofy. You know, maybe it's an eye on a girl's titty in a restaurant on the side of the road on a hot day in the jungle. I don't know. Maybe it's a rat eating a slice of pizza. I don't know. But you'll know. If you open up, you'll know when you see it. It might be just the inspiration you need to change who you are. Or to just do what you want to fucking do. All right? Don't wait for permission to be who you want to be. Because no one's going to give it. Because it's not their right to give it. It's yours. All right. I got a podcast where I interview someone. It's going to be on next week. I've been doing a lot of stuff, and I just, bad internet connections. I haven't had the time. Enough excuses, Michael. I'm here. I'm doing it. I am happy you guys listen. I can't wait to finally release all these videos of me traveling. It's been daunting. I've been looking at so much stuff and knowing that I got to go over it, and I'm trying to, and I'm going through, and I go, I don't know what to do. I have no idea what I'm doing. And then I don't know how to edit 100 hours worth of video. Well, you do it. How does a guy in a wheelchair climb a fucking mountainous ridge? He just does it. He pushes the wheels and they move. And he does it again. And he does it again. And he does it till his arm's going to give out, and he stops to get some water and take a piss, and he does it again. And he does it again. Maybe it rains and he doesn't make it all the way up. But as long as he keeps going, he's going to make it up. I'll get there and I'll make it up. And I appreciate every last one of you who listens. I hope you get something out of this. And I will be back to being funny and breaking your fucking balls and busting mine and having people on. I have a guest on who is going through a divorce, and his ex is, I don't know if I should say this, trying to use some of his past things he talked about on the show against him. And he said in court, he goes, what's the name of the podcast? And they go, it's Get Your Act Together. And he goes, what's it about? And they go, it's about getting your act together and being a better person. He goes, the lawyer goes, case fucking closed, dude. So, get your act together. Thank you. There's plenty more to come. I'm looking forward to having more people on and doing more of the same. Take care.